Let's get right to work. Work, 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 work. Let's get right to work.
Hello, guys. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Sippin The Montea on ATO's Next 100. How was everybody's Christmas? Did you guys have a good Christmas? For me, what did I do? I just hung with my mom, my stepdad, and a couple friends. I just chilled, drank some wine, got a little gift. Not too much. This was a very stressful year, so I wanted to kind of end it on a calm note. Now, of course, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Are you guys celebrating New Year's Eve? Are you staying in with loved ones? We can't do our normal turn up like we usually do because of COVID-19 is out here this year. Now, I was invited to a party by a friend of mine, and but it was one of those parties where the location isn't listed until you pay or whatever. And I never had attended one of those before, so I'm just like, if it's an orgy, friend, just tell me that, cause I've never been a part of nothing where I didn't know where I was going. And what if it's like out of town or something, or not close by? I don't want to do all that driving out on these streets with people driving drunk and sloppy. And then we had just got snow here where I'm at, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep her low key. I got something to wear. It's real nice, but I'm just I'm up in the air about it. If I do something, I'm probably just gonna go to a little get together that a friend is throwing, but nothing major, like no party for me this year. But anyways, let's get into these topics now. It was kind of a slow news week, but we are going to pump on through because it was not a slow news year, and this is our last show of the year here. Next time we speak, it will be next week, next month, and next year. So we are going to round out our last show of 2020 by covering some of everything that happened this year. But first, we're going to get the stuff out the way that happened this week. So I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the show P Valley. Hit show, popular show, fun show. As Donald Trump would probably describe it, really, really good show. The goodest show you've ever seen. Uh, I really enjoy it. Well, there's an actor on there, Tyler Lipley, the security guard. Drake with light ice, Diet Drake. He's the security guard at the door. He plays the character Diamond. Well, apparently he got his start doing a Tyler Perry show. The Have and the Have Nots or something like that. Well, he went on Angela Yee's podcast to say that he is not gay, and I'm like, okay, cool. But where he threw me off was when he said Tyler Perry. Oh yeah, I know Tyler. Tyler's not gay. Girl. Okay, then neither am I. Neither is Ellen. Neither is Billy Porter. Girl, what? And first of all, don't speak for that man. You can't speak for nobody because you don't know what Tyler got in his heart or in his genes. Or maybe you do. Hmm. Um, but let me keep the tea light because I don't want to become a liability for the network. So let me tiptoe around that one. Uh, but I mean, we just kind of know, those things that like, you know, It doesn't. You don't have to be told because you just know. Uh, like when it's a sunny day and then all of a sudden an overcast comes and you smell rain. No one has to tell you that it's going to rain because you know it's going to rain. That's how I feel about Tyler Perry's sexuality. I feel like he doesn't have to tell me. I feel like it's just one of those things that we know, and it's like, hey, whatever. Um, but he had came out last week and said that he was single, and and that he's looking forward to 2021. So, sorry guys. He came out and said that he was single, and then a week later, Tyler Lipley comes out and says, "Oh yeah, I know Tyler. Tyler's not gay, so I take it that Tyler's going to be in the market for another long, full beard for 2021." And fun fact of you all who don't know, Tyler Perry is a father. He has a child. He had a child with his ex lady friend. I'm not sure what the lady's name is. I forgot. He kept her hidden pretty good. But he has a baby. He has a child. So congratulations. I don't know if Tyler gave birth or if the woman gave birth, but either way, he is a parent. So congratulations to him. Tyler Lepley, sir, don't be speaking on other people. You can speak on yourself. You said that that wasn't your story. We have to believe you. Besides from photographing kind of sweet on a couple pictures on Instagram, I didn't ever think that of you. He said that people thought that of him because people would see him out with Tyler. And people always thought that about Tyler. Period. Mm, I didn't see that, that gay by association thing. A lot of gay guys have that. I have that when, I'm seen out with certain friends. People are always like, "Ooh, Monty, I see you." Like, no, this is actually my friend. Just like, girl, just like you have your little lesbian friends, and don't nobody think that you over there chewing a box. Don't be over here thinking I'm sleeping with this lady husband. This is my friend. So I get Tyler on that tip, but don't be speaking on don't be speaking on behalf of nobody else's pelvis, because Tyler has experienced some things in his day. We'll leave it at that. What else is in the news? We got Thottie Pippen, aka Larsa. Larsa Pippen was in the news again this week. This time, she was in the news linked to Bronny James. Excuse me, LeBron James, 16-year-old son. 16! Um, why do you ask? How? Well, apparently, at first the story was that Larsa had slid into his DMs. Then the story was he had slid into hers. But come to find out, the real story was he had liked. Okay, so Bronny is friends with Larsa's son, Scottie Pippen Jr., I believe, and they're around the same age. And Bronny had liked one of Larsa's pictures on Instagram, and it spiraled into this. So then it made Savannah hop on, and Savannah is Bronny's mom, LeBron James' wife, and then LeBron spoke out. Larsa spoke out, said that don't try it. They're not the ones. Larsa said, "Wow, this is really crazy. This is weird that y'all would think that, I would be on that." Larsa, you do like him younger, and you do like him athletic, and you do like him, in the basketball family, and we know that you are not afraid to break up a family. So it wasn't far fetched but we was just hoping that it wasn't, any pedo vibes going on, because then I was going to be looking for the world and the media, to eat her up the way that, the men, the black men in particular, are eaten up for the same behavior. Because I was not going to get on any of my platforms and give you any spare preferential treatment, anything like that. I was going to let you have it, sis. I was going to give it to you, and not the way that you're used to getting it from a black man. I was going to serve it up cold. But apparently, that is not what it appeared to be, thankfully. Bronny himself had to come out and say, like, hey, all I did was like one of my friend's mom's pictures on Instagram, and you all turned it into all it is. Y'all weird. So that's why I wearily kind of posted about this on my social medias, because I'm like, let me get the full story on this. Because didn't she just get through breaking up that home, that Malik Beasley guy, and now the story with that also with her, her and him, the guy Malik Beasley, the married guy from the Minnesota Timberwolves, the 24-year-old. Um, they both had came out and said that they were both separated at the time when they got together. So the guy Malik is saying that he was separated from his wife Montana, and Larsa is saying that she separated from Scotty during all this time. So to my knowledge, Larsa and Scotty still aren't officially divorced, if I'm not mistaken. And Malik and Montana are not either. So these people just out here doing whatever they want to do and still married, but not cutting the cord. I'm gonna need in 2021 adults, black, white, young, old, LGBT, LGBT adjacent, curious, hetero, cis hetero, non-conforming, non-binary. I need all of y'all. If you're not prepared to sit your ass down in one spot and be all about the person that you chose and that you're, having sex with and all of this and that, then don't get married. I get that people are doing the open thing and the polyamory thing. Cool. If that's what it is, if that's what you like, if that's what you're on, make that known at the beginning when you're talking to the person. Like, hey, I'm really looking for an open relationship. I'm looking for something polyamorous. Let that be known, because I met somebody and they let me know that out the gate. And I wasn't into it. That wasn't what I was looking for. But I told them that I respected that so much. Like, that you came out the gate and you told me that, because you could have just not and then had me dating you thinking I was the only one. Like what people normally do. And they really be out here living the open polyamorous life, but you thinking you the only one. So in 2021, let's be open with people. If we're trying to call ourselves being in an exclusive relationship, let's actually do that. And if we're going to thought around, then let's let the people know that we're talking to out the gate know that, hey, I have a thoughty spirit. I may hop on a different peen from time to time. I like to hop from pelvis to pelvis. So, let that be known. Speaking of hopping from pelvis to pelvis, we've got a lot of stories about a lot of thoughts coming up. I'm sure. So, you guys stay tuned. Don't go away. We will be right back. Stay tuned to next 100.
New Year.
Happy New Year, check it out.
IBNX Radio wishes you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Queen bee, want no smoke with me. Then turn this motherfucker up 800 degrees. My whole team eat chefs cause she's a treat. Ooh, she's so bougie, bon appetit.
I'm a savage, attitude nasty. Talk big shit, but my bank account match it. Hood, but I'm classy. Rich, but I'm ratchet. Haters kept my name in their mouth, now they gagging. Bougie. He say the way that thing move, it's a movie. I told that boy we gotta keep it lowly, me the room key. I done bled the block and now it's hot, bitch, I'm Tunchi. I'm mood and I'm moody. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Acting stupid, what's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Hacking, stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening?
Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B and that B stand for bands. If you wanna see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low and swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game. I be parking my frame, gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. Please don't give me hype, write my name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches, I just raise my price. I'm a boss, I'm a leader, I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga got this shit from Tina, I'm a savage, yeah.
Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Hacking, stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Like Beyonce, like me. He want a bitch like the stallion with the knees. He be like, damn, how that thing moving in the jeans. Ay, even D4L couldn't do it like me, like me.
Ooh, I done got this body ready just for you. Girl, I hope you don't catch me messing around with you. Talking to myself in the mirror like, bitch, you my boo.
I'm the shit, ooh. I need a mop to clean the floor, it's too much drip, ooh. I keep a knot, I keep a watch, I keep a whip, ooh. Let's play a game, Simon says I'm still that bitch, ayy. I'm still that bitch, yeah. I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Hacking, stupid, what's happening? Bitch, what's happening?
Alright, they asking for the queen and why some cameras in here. I'm a bad bitch, she's a savage, no comparison here. I'ma flip my hair and look back while I twerk in the mirror. All this money in a room, think some scammers in here. I'm coming straight up out that third. I whip the whip like I stirred it. Wood grain, we swerving, keeping his mind all on these curves. Coop fly like a bird, cold on them like birds. Always keep my word, no I don't do crosswords. Sell you in a writing like them hot girls, them hits. I hop that shit the way I hopped up and slid. I pop my shit, now watch me pop up again. I mop the float, now watch me sweep up these M's.
I'm savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, acting stupid, what's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, hacking, stupid, what's happening? What's happening?
I'm a savage. It's the stallion and the beat. H-Town going down.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot, told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals. We been trapping like the 80s. She said the nigga so got the cash app. Told him wipe a nigga no. Say slash slash. I won't never sell my soul, and I can back that. And I really wanna know where you at. I was at back, where the stash at? Cruise the city in a bulletproof Cadillac. Cause I know these niggas out there where the bag at. Gotta move smarter, gotta move harder. Nigga try to give me 5 mile water. I lay his ass down on my son, on my daughter. I had the Draco with me, Dwayne Carter. Lot of niggas out here playing, ain't ballin'. I done put my whole arm in the rim, Vince Carter. And I know Poppy get a key for the portal. Shawty barely seen the double C's, I bought her. Got a bitch that's looking like a Leah, she a model. I got the pink slip, my whip is keyless. Compton, I'm about to get the key to the city. Patty, light up the city. Forgetting out the coupe at the lot. Tony fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals. We been trapping like the 80s. She said the nigga so. Got the cash out. Told him wipe a nigga no. Say slash. I won't never sell my soul, and I can back that. And I really wanna know where you at. I've been moving them out and steal it with me, then he got the blues in the pouch. Took her to the forest, put the wood in her mouth. Bitch, don't wear no shoes in my house. The private I'm flying in, I never wanna fly again. I take my chances in traffic. She sucking on dick, no hands with it. I just made the rolling plane like a landing strip. I'm a 2020 president candidate. I done put 100 bands on Zimmerman shit. I been moving real gangster, so that's why she pick a crit. Shawty call me Crisco, cause I pop my shit. Got it out the mud, there's nothing you can tell me. Yeah, when I had a job, South Street wealthy. Yeah, I had the coupe at the lot. Tony fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals. We been trapping like the 80s. She said the nigga so. Got the cash out. Told him wipe a nigga no. Say slash. I won't never sell my soul, and I can back that. And I really wanna know where you at.
All right, guys, welcome back on ATL Next 100. You are sipping the Montea. All right, so over our Christmas break, we have a couple of celebrity births to announce. First of all, let's talk about the one that was born first. We have Gucci Mane, Roderick Davis. He gave birth to his son Ice Davis over the Christmas holiday. And he was gifted a big gaudy chain that said Ice Daddy and the gaudy matching bracelet to match with some pajamas that said Ice Dad. Now, just Ice Dad? I could have sworn you had another child. I swear him and Keisha Kayor are acting like this is their first child they ever had. And it's like 5 kids between them. And they acting like this is the first one. I have been joking about this on my platform, saying that this is the first child that they will publicly claim when it's born. And sure enough, I haven't been proven wrong yet. I think Keisha has shown her kids because people had like forced her around the time that her and Gucci Mane had got married a couple years back. She had showed the kids like. And then I know he got a son that I ain't never seen. I'm sure if I could dig, I could find some footage. But I don't recall seeing that little boy. But, you know, him and Clown Kayor had their baby or whatever. Congratulations to them. The picture that I had put up of him and the baby, it was hard to even realize that he was holding a baby at first because it was so much gaudy things going on in the background. I barely even noticed the baby. He said the most important gift, the best gift I ever got. I'm looking like, is it the designer boxes in the background? I'm like, oh, it's the baby. Okay. So congratulations to them again. And another birth that happened, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon and some little regular chick, I think her name is Crystal or something. Nick Cannon gave birth to a baby girl, and she has a very interesting name. Very interesting names. First, Ice. This baby's name is Powerful Queen Cannon. That's right, Powerful Queen Cannon. That is a lot to live up to, and I'm just wondering, why would you name your baby Powerful Cannon? Is she going to be loud when she boo boo? Is it like a lot? Like, why call her Powerful Cannon? Like, you know, she's never gonna go by that, right, Nick? She's not gonna be walking around saying, "My name is Powerful." They'll be like, "Okay, well, what's powerful about it?" She'll be like, "No, my name is powerful." They're gonna be like, "Yeah, it's power in all our names. You got good self esteem, baby." Like, no, my name is powerful. Powerful Queen. I'm like, "Okay, Q, get out my face." Like, girl, Nikki, girl, why would you name your baby that? Um, I mean, congratulations. She's a beautiful baby. Um, I'm like, why you didn't name the baby that you had with Mariah? That maybe if you would have named that baby Powerful Queen, people would have been like, well, it is Mariah Carey, baby. Maybe she gonna have a powerful voice. But nope, just the baby you had with some girl, Powerful Queen Cannon. I mean, hey, we've been naming our kids Prince and Princess, forever. So I guess Queen is cool. I like Queen. Queen is cute. I like Queen, but Powerful Queen. Like, did you give birth to Storm? Is she a mutant? I don't know, Nick. Why, Nick? These people. It seems like the more money you got, the crazier name you give your baby. But moving on, we have Lil Pump. Lil Pump. Okay, I'm not too familiar with him and his material outside of that song he had with Kanye West. Um, and then he had spoke at that Trump rally before the election. So big fat side eye there. Fun fact, he actually said that he didn't even vote in this election, Democrat or Republican. He didn't vote at all, but he spoke at the Republican. He had went down to the Republican convention and spoke at the Trump rally. But did turn around and didn't vote at all. I don't know if I believe that. I'm getting Takashi troll vibes. But whatever. Anyways, he was at LAX. He was down at the LAX airport in LA, and he had got banned from JetBlue Airlines because he refused to put on a mask. The boy went full Karen and decided that he wasn't putting on a mask. You know what I feel about people that don't wear masks? I say, you know what? Um, this whole year you know, we've been educated a lot on COVID. We didn't know a lot about it. It evolved. We learned over time what makes it tick, what causes you to be susceptible to it, where it would be, where it wouldn't be, what it does, what it doesn't do. So you're fully versed on the virus and the hazards that comes with it. So if you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Go home for the holidays. Kill the whole family. We don't care. Go ahead. You've been given the tools. You know, I won't say you're rich, but I'm sure your record deal has afforded you to have a different lifestyle than you came into this world having. So I'm pretty sure that you can afford to buy a box of masks. Um, or a designer mask, a custom mask, even if it's not several, even if it's just one like really dope custom designer mask, you can afford that, and you choose not to wear it on an airplane. I feel I feel odd on airplanes uh, without, with before the pandemic. It's odd being on an airplane because I'm like, oh, am I gonna get sick? Because I did get sick on a flight before, you know. Just from everything being airborne, people coughing, hacking, sneezing. So we're in the middle of a pandemic, and you're still this reckless. Hey, you know what? I would have let him on the plane, and whatever happened to him, happened to him. Take it back to your family, your kids, if you got kids, take it back to them, the baby mamas, your grannies, your grandpas, your cousins. Take it around them. Go ahead. That's on you. You wanted to, break the rules and be irresponsible and hard headed and foolish. So do that. Be that. And suffer the consequences accordingly. Um, so that's all I got on that. I'm not gonna get at too much more energy. Um, Speaking of things I'm not gonna give a whole lot of energy to, it was a slow news week with Iggy Azalea was the top story of the week. Okay, Iggy Azalea, baby. The headlines really blew the dust off of this one. 2014 pop sensation Iggy Azalea was in the news because she exposed her boyfriend, on again, off again, rapper Playboy Cardi, after he did not come home for Christmas to spend Christmas with their baby. Um, if he didn't spend Christmas with them for the holiday after they had planned to. Now, I do think that the Shade Room was doing like a play by play of this. I was just watching the news as it evolved. I wasn't posting minute by minute because it's Iggy Azalea, so I wasn't that invested. But, okay, so give you a little bit of context. Um, yes, they are. To give you a little bit of context, so Playboy Cardi had released a much anticipated, highly anticipated album called Whole Lot of Red. He released it on Christmas Day. People had mixed reviews about it. A lot of people were saying it was really good. A lot of people were saying it wasn't. Asian doll, Asian brat, Asian debrat, she black. Well, whoever she is, whoever she want to be this week. She had even came out and said, "Cardi, this what you came out with? Okay, I'm happy for you though." Well, Asian, you have yet to give us anything that is memorable. I know you have fans out there. I know you have people coming to your shows, but a lot of us aren't familiar with your material or the quality thereof. So before you critique anyone's material, you make sure yours is tight first. Okay? Make sure that the people at least know a song that you have, or a bar that you have, or a phrase, or a look, or something of yours before you go critiquing any fellow entertainer's work. Okay? He's gonna probably be on Billboard behind this album. You have yet to chart. So get your ducks in a row first, baby. We love you. We love you. Our sweet, sweet, beautiful, precious baby. We love you so much. But we need you to, tighten up your things. Sweep in front of your door first. Charity starts at home and it works abroad, baby. Anyways, this isn't about Asian Debrat doll. This is about Iggy and Playboy. Now, Iggy went on Instagram, and after Playboy didn't come home, and she gets spilling all this tea. She's like, "There's this girl, Blondie, and you were smashing her in an Airbnb, and me and me friends kicked her out, and we were going to beat her ass. She ran away, and we'll still do it again. We were waiting outside. It was me and a bunch of my girlfriends. You didn't come home to me and my baby. So now I'm airing out your dirty laundry. And she also said that Playboy Cardi wasn't there for the birth of their son, Onyx, either. He's a real cute little fat baby. Said that he wasn't there for the birth. Said that he was playing. Said instead of being there for the birth of me baby, you were playing the you went to play the PlayStation with Lil Uzi Verse. Yes, I said Lil Uzi Verse because Lil Uzi give me that vibe. Like he got that personality. It's not so much how he look. He got that persona. Like he could just slide in the middle of the relationship and steal your girl or your man, whichever mood he was in that day. And I don't know. A little bit of tea here that you might not be hearing everywhere else. But the Twitter girls was dropping in my DMs, telling me that I wish I could find that picture because people were tagging me in it. I don't know why I didn't save the picture. I wasn't expecting Playboy Cardi to be in the news to this capacity, but so the Twitter girls are saying that Playboy Cardi goes both ways like a divided highway. That's what they saying. And they say that Iggy know and she still stick around. That's what the people said. I didn't say that. But that's not unbelievable. That's what a lot of girls do. I can imagine that Iggy's, the money's not coming in like it once did, and Playboy Cardi is up and coming. He's over there working with Kanye West. The money's coming in, so maybe she's sticking around for security. I don't know, but that is hearsay. That is hearsay. So the girl, Brandy, anyways, came out and said that she was under the impression that Playboy Cardi was single. She knew that there was a baby, but she knew that Playboy Cardi had assured her that he was single. He had her living in an apartment or something like that was under his and Iggy's name or something along those lines. And she thought everything was copacetic, but come to find out, she was just a jump off. And then him and another friend of his in the industry that's well known that Iggy won't air out, we're sharing her, and I think it's Lil Uzi Vert. I do, and I don't think that she said anything because Lil Uzi Vert's supposed to be in a relationship with JT from the City Girls. But then JT be talking about she not worried about him, but then she be hugged up with him the next minute. So I don't know what they got going on over there. It's a mess. This industry, everybody just pass each other around, date each other, all that. Uh, but yeah, Iggy girl, I don't know what you wanted us to do with this information, but you wanted the black experience. You went out and bought yourself the black aesthetic, and you went out there and got yourself the black man, and you had the black man's baby looking for the black man's experience, the experience with the black man. And now he's showing you, firsthand what that can entail. So you're in the hood now, baby, and you'll never get out. You're in the hood for at least the next 18 years. You're in the hood forever because after the baby's 18, that don't mean he moving out. Most of us don't move out like, oh, it's my 18th birthday. I'm packing my bags to move out. Like, who does that ever? So you're stuck with him as a father. She's also saying that he's a deadbeat father, but then he went on Twitter after all this to Post a picture of him in the studio with his son Onyx. I don't know if she ever got him to sign the birth certificate. I don't believe she did because the baby has her last name. That's sad. She said the baby was planned, even though he was trying to, I guess, say that that was somebody else's baby. The baby was planned. They planned the baby. They planned the family. They planned to have Christmas together. And Playboy Cardi, threw all that out. Now, Iggy is 31 and Playboy Cardi is 24. So I want to know, see, that's the thing. See. Take it from somebody who's dated younger. And, it's fun, but you can't expect, they're not where you are in life. You think your mortgages in marriage in your 30s and they trying to turn up. So, you got you got what you came for, Iggs. Stay tuned, guys. We are going to cut to break. When we come back, we are going to have more here on Sippin The Montea on Next 100. Don't go away.
Next 100.
Stand up, get it pop right now.
Atlanta's home for hip hop and R&B.
Number one station for hip hop and R&B.
You know what the deal is.
ATL's Next 100.
Yeah, you know it. This the remix. Doja.
Didn't have the moment, keeping me in the moment. I that you had known it. Why don't you say so? Didn't even notice. No punches that to roll with. You got to keep me focused. You wanna say so?
Every time I take a break, the game be so boring. Pretty like Naomi, Cassie plus Lauren. Spitting like Weezy, Foxy plus Lauren. Boy like the Ramsey, now that's Jordan. They don't understand the back talk, I'm foreign. When they think they top the queen, they start falling. Word to my ass shots, I'm so cheeky. Got him tryna palm my ass like young Kiki. Yes, I'm ghetto, word to Geppetto. Plus I'm Leto, where's my stiletto? Tell Mike Jordan, send me my retros. Used to be bite, but now I'm just hetero. Ain't talking medicine, but I made a morphine. Ever since I put the cookie on quarantine, he know this thing A1 like a felony. All he gotta do is say the word like a spelling bee.
Didn't have the moment, keeping me in the moment. I that you had known it. Why don't you say so? Didn't even notice. No punches that to roll with. You got to keep me focused. You wanna say so?
Let me check my chest, my breath right quick. He ain't never seen it in a dress like this. He ain't never even been impressed like this. Probably why I got him quiet on the set like zip. Like it, love it, need it, bad. Take it, own it, steal it, fast. The boy stop playing, grab my
Why you
ass.
acting like you shy?
Shut it, save it, keep it pushing. While you beating round the bush and knowing you want all this woman.
Never knock it till you try.
Yeah, all of them bitches hating, I have you with me. All of my niggas saying you mad committed. Really to anybody, you had them pretty. All of the body, I need ass and titties.
Didn't have the moment, keeping me in the moment. I that you had known it. Why don't you say so? Didn't even notice. No punches that to roll with. You got to keep me focused. You wanna say so? Didn't have the moment, keeping me in the moment. I that you had known it. Why don't you say so? Didn't even notice. No punches that to roll with. You got to keep me focused. You wanna say so?
You could have said so. Boy, you should have said so. Say so. Say so.
I got dressed just to sit in the house. People with the least always doing the most. I count money while he sucking my towels. Real nasty with them balls, all net, yeah, I'm grouse. Why you talking about who body fake? With all them fillers in your face, you just full of hate. That real ass ain't keep your nigga home. Now you looking silly, that's walk to silicone.
day, every day.
Atlanta's home for hip hop and R&B.
You know what this is? Your place to find new music.
ATL's Next 100.
Working on the weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Niggas swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Niggas caught me slipping once, okay, so what? Someone hit your block up, I tell you if it was us. Man, a house in Rosewood, this shit too plush. Say my day's a number, but I keep waking up. Know you see my text, baby, please say something. Wine by the glass, your man a cheapskate, huh? Niggas gotta move on my release day, huh? Bitch, this is fame, not clout. I don't even know what that's about, watch your mouth. Baby got an ego twice the size of the crib. I can never tell a shit, it is what it is. But said what I had to and did what I did. Never turn my back on FBG, God forbid. But Virgil got a paddock on my wrist, doing front flips. Giving you my number, but don't hit me on no dumb shit. Working on the weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Niggas swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Niggas caught me slipping once, okay, so what? Someone hit your block up, I tell you if it was us. Man, a house in Rosewood, this shit too plush.
It's cool, man. Got red bottoms on. Life is good. You know what I mean? Like,
100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch. Ooh, I done flew one out to Spain to be in my domain, automata, bitch. Ooh, dropped $3 on the ring, called it been the truck, little bitch. Ooh, I was in the trap, serving cocaine, they ain't been the same since. Ooh, granted, she was standing right there while I catch a play on the brick. Ooh, I made them little niggas go haywire, Taliban in this bitch. Ooh, I done been down bad in them trenches, had to ride with that stick. Ooh, who gave you pills, who gave that dust, Pluto sent you on the lick. Ooh, too many convicts, they enrolled me to play in this shit. Ooh, round about nonsense, get old, so I'ma spreading this bitch. Ooh, they had the counter like lighting it up, nigga, anybody can get it. Ooh, I'm on a PJ lining it up, backwood full of sticky. Ooh, I'm tryna tote that Draco or London, and it's extended. Ooh, they gotta stretch a nigga out, we gon' die for this shit. Ooh, yeah, I ride for my niggas, I lie to my bitch. Ooh, we some poor, high class niggas, made it, we rich. Yeah, I was at the band though, got a penthouse for a closet. Ooh, it's like a shando, live on my neck, my wrist. Ooh, I got pink toes that talk different languages. Ooh, got promethazine in my blood and Percocet. 100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch. Ooh, I done flew one out to Spain to be in my domain, automata, bitch. Ooh, dropped $3 on the ring, called it been the truck, little bitch. Ooh, I was in the trap, serving cocaine, they ain't been the same since. That's by the time I call her Serene. I go tremendo for new fettuccine. All fat though, claret the pinky. All fat though, we ordered the Fiji. I'm in the loop with the voo, I'm in the loop with the woo. Which one you working? I put your face on the news, I put the puss on the shirt. After I murked it, make go shoot up the hearse. Cost me a quarter bird. Nigga's birthday and you a maniac, I'm fucking alien. How you spurting? Got that kitty cat, I'm having fun with that. Going Birkin. 100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch. Ooh, I done flew one out to Spain to be in my domain, automata, bitch. Ooh, dropped $3 on the ring, called it been the truck, little bitch. Ooh, I was in the trap, serving cocaine, they ain't been the same since. Ooh, 100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch. 100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch. Yeah, 100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch. 100,000 for the cheapest ring on the nigga finger, little bitch.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for returning to Sippin The Montea. All right, what else do we have before I get into this extensive conversation that we're going to have? Let's see, we have French Montana. He's in the news again for he's showing off his latest frame, his latest physique on the cover of XXL magazine. This young man has had about 5-6 different body shapes and types since we've seen him, since his involvement with Diddy. I guess Diddy must have paid for his 360 lipo and his BBL, and he has healed up nicely. It looks real tight in the middle. I'm sure it's real fat in the back, flat in the front, fat in the back. That's what we all want, right? I'm sure that's what old Frenchie's hiding uh, under that Gucci jacket he's got on there. So he's looking good. He looks well. No complaints. He said that he in an Instagram post that he was thankful because this time last year, he was in the hospital almost dead, and now here he is fully recovered from his 360 lipo and his BBL, and he is flaunting his latest frame for all the girls to see, and the girls are gagging. Uh, so congratulations to French and his new body. This is about the fifth or sixth one that Diddy has gotten him. Um, maybe a lot of the girls are getting their stomach stapled too. Maybe Frenchie just got that tummy tucked. That could be it too. But either way, congratulations. Congratulations, and thank God that you healed up safely from your surgery. Now, the coup de grace. What I really wanted to talk to you guys about. Um, this situation over at the Bravo Network. Okay, it's a lot of layers to this. I don't even know where to start. Okay, if you get me going on this, I could talk about this all night. Uh, well, okay, so Sunday was the conclusion of the three-part Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. It was a face-off between Monique Samuels and Candace Dillard Bassett. Famously, the two had a fight. That's what the whole season 5 of this show was about. The fight between these two young ladies. And I have so many questions. I have so much to say. Okay. So, I guess I can start by breaking down the reunion itself. Uh, the meat and potatoes, everything else was pretty much small talk. The meat and potatoes was Monique talking to Candace, and Candace needing a break, dabbing her eye with the tissue. I wish I had my paper towel here, to have the triangle. Quentin, I am just still really crying. I'm just crying and crying. I can't take it. I need a break. I need a break. So she goes off the stage. She needs a break. Now, okay, I get that when a person is traumatized, you can't put a time limit on what it's going to take for them to heal. Okay. But I'm looking like, girl, you and Monique wasn't that close for you to be doing all this. You acting like, you acting like your man did this to you on national TV. Like, this is just a girl that you know of through work. This is a coworker girl. A coworker pulled your wig and open hand slapped you on the back of your head 5 times. Okay, you threw a drink in her face and you waved a broken wine glass at her. Baby, if you would have cut that girl face, she probably would have killed you on camera, girl. You better be glad that glass didn't connect. I think Momo would have took you out the game, or she would have paid somebody to, because that baby got money to burn. Um, let's see. I noticed that a lot of people don't like Monique. Um, that's cool. It's all subjective. Everybody is on these shows. People don't understand why you like certain people like others. Like on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I like Kenya more. A lot of people don't like Kenya, but I always liked Kenya. Outside of a couple, recent things that she said in interviews, like I'm really, really here for Kenya overall. Um, but not to digress. At the reunion, Monique actually apologized to Candace. She gave her a very mature apology. She said, "Hey, I do apologize for what I did to you. There's nothing that you could have said or did that would have warranted that. I apologize for the trauma that you're going through, that you've gone through, that you continue to go through. I hope that you heal. But I really do apologize to you." And of course, it wasn't enough for Candace. It just wasn't enough. What Candace wanted was for, I guess, Monique to be like really remorseful and like broken and, falling apart and to get fired. Well, none of that happened. So, I guess that made her like more angry and more hysterical. So then Monique's, the husbands come out, and Andy Cohen, who I'll get on in a minute, uh, said, "Hey, Chris, did you watch that 10-part Michael Jordan special?" And Chris said, "I was too busy uh, looking at hateful rumors being spread about my wife." And when you heard that and that look on his face that a black man get when a black man is fed up, he gave Andy that look. And he's just like, "Well, I don't understand. It wasn't aired on the show." But Giselle was talking about it on the show. Um, so I don't get the gaslighting. It was definitely the gaslighting for me. Um, you know, and then the fact that Giselle brought a security guard with her to the reunion, but her man couldn't come. So the only man that you could get to come to the show, you had to pay for him. Sis, they said that's what you've been doing. This whole time they've been saying Kenya Moore was renting men, and it was you. Mm-mm-mm. Shame the devil. And you supposed to be some first lady. But also, Giselle. Okay, so Andy Cohen. Um, this is where Andy Cohen comes into play. Andy Cohen started with the gaslighting of Monique last week when he asked Monique what happened to the fight. He was like, "What triggered that?" Monique was like, "Hey, Candace, that fight wasn't about you. It was triggered by childhood trauma. My father used to put his hands in my face, before, whatever popped off, popped off. And when you put your hands in my face, I went to that place. And, I wasn't in a position to fight back, and now as an adult, as a grown woman, I'm in a position to fight back. And you triggered that childhood trauma for me. So that fight wasn't even about you. But I do apologize for putting you in that." So she said that what triggered it was they were going back and forth, and that Candace had put her hand like under her chin like that. And he was like, "That didn't happen." Bravo showed the footage. It totally happened. Um, then she said that Candace threw a drink in her face. That didn't happen. Totally happened. Said that Candace waved the broken glass at her. That didn't happen. It totally happened. They said Giselle pushed her. That didn't happen. That totally happened. See, okay, those of you who don't know, gaslighting is when you're you're telling somebody that something's happened and something did happen, and then they're telling you it didn't happen to the point where it's making you question yourself and your story to the point where you're starting to question your sanity. And that's what they were trying to do to Monique. And she just wasn't breaking. And they couldn't take it. They couldn't take it. From the moment that Monique came on that show, the girls couldn't take her. From the moment that Giselle, "Oh, you don't have a home?" Monique said, "Oh, I actually have 4 homes." From that moment on, that was the moment that none of them could take her. And it's just like, well, this is a show that's supposed to be the whole Housewives franchise is supposed to highlight the rich, fancy lives of kept women on estates and fancy cars, and they're doing things, they're going places, they have passions, and they have it all together, and their children are together, and the houses are together, and the cars are together, the money's tight, the fashions are right. And so Monique did nothing but bring that, and that was a problem. See, the Potomac girls, I don't know where Andy and Bravo found these broke broads, but let me stop because y'all ain't finna dig this footage up 10 years saying he was calling black women broads. Let me reword that. Y'all not gonna do it to me. Um, where did you find these less than well-to-do women to put on this well-to-do show? This is a show about rich, affluent women, and you went and found some basic ass soccer moms. Um, half of them didn't even have no man. When you think about when the show first started, Sharice didn't have no man. Giselle didn't have no man. Just to rent a man. Robin didn't have no man. Um, Juan was living with her, but they weren't together. Um, Katie had a boyfriend. Ashley was the only one with a husband, I believe, and they had a problem with her. That was the one that they picked on all season. Oh yeah, and Karen had a husband, and they picked on Karen. Um, Karen had the nice big house. It was outdated, but it was hers, and it was paid off, and it was big, and it was actually in Potomac. See, the other thing is, like, those girls don't even actually live in Potomac. Monique is the only one that actually lives in Potomac. Believe it or not, everybody else lived like on the outside or around. Monique and I think Karen are the only ones that actually live there. So they just can't take it. Green eyed devils, I tell you. So Andy Cohen was definitely gaslighting Monique, and it went into you know the third episode of the reunion where Monique brought her therapist into it. They said, "Hey, Monique said her therapist had asked her to write Candace a letter, and Monique said it ended up turning into her song, Drag Queens." And and that ended up turning into a diss track. Now she didn't claim it as a diss track now, but it's a diss track to Candace. It's cool. You went you thought about writing her a letter. You decided that wasn't the best idea, so you turned it into a diss track. You were saying stuff online. Candace was saying stuff online. You dissed the girl. Okay, it's cool. So Andy gonna turn around and say, "Are you a recording artist?" And then start laughing, and then everybody start laughing. It's like, did you ask Kim Zolciak, old tone deaf, um, mushmouth ass, if she was a recording artist? No. You hopped your cockeyed ass up there on stage with her down at the Bravo Con and performed the song with her. Um, you didn't ask none of these other White Housewives, are you recording artists? Low key, Monique got the best song that any housewife has ever come out with. It's a professional production with a professionally produced video and actual looks and choreography. It's pretty impressive. Um, so people are calling for Andy. People are in the comments on Twitter and Instagram eating Andy up in the comments, saying that you're definitely gaslighting Monique. You're definitely Andy Cohen needs to be removed as moderator. He was very biased. He was way too invested in it. He was definitely picking sides. He was definitely Team Candace, and it's like, hey, we watch these shows. You like who you like. You don't like who you like. It's all subjective. Nobody's right for liking one person. Nobody's wrong for liking one person. You do what you do. You like who you like. That's the premise of these shows. Everybody not gonna like one person. Everybody not gonna hate one person. But for you to be the executive producer and the reunion moderator, and to be as biased as you were for whatever reason um, towards Monique was disturbing and very, very cringy and very unprofessional. Um, I'm glad Monique has said on part two of the reunion, he was like, has your life changed since, this, since coming on this platform? And then Monique said, "Oh, this little check, I use this for not for lazy moms and my essential oil and my other business ventures. This is money that I use so I don't have to ask Chris for no money to do what I want to do." And then he was like, "Well, Chris isn't making the money he used to make, is he?" And then Monique was like, "No, he is. His investment portfolio looks great." You can tell Andy was very, very offended by that. It's like he has this white savior complex where he just can't believe that a black woman could be doing well without him. Because for so long, he's given black women their platform and their wealth. I say one of the only black women in the black franchises that has come to the table with her own money already was Candy Burris. Everybody else was like, you know, Candy Burris. In season one, there was Deshaun Snow, who would be the equivalent of Monique Samuels, income wise. But Deshaun came and went because she was born. But he was offended that Monique referred to his check as little. Um, you you knew that Monique was again, like I was stating, an affluent woman, a woman that comes from money, a woman with a man who comes from money. You knew this. You knew that these weren't struggling people. That's part of why you cast them. Maybe you thought that they were struggling because everybody else that you cast for that show is struggling. Now they say Karen is worth $10 million, but then Wiggs was given 2 for $25. The first few years of that show, Karen's Wiggs is just now coming around, but the people said, you look up her net worth, it say 10 million, but for the longest time, baby, it was looking real 10,000, but that's neither here nor there because that baby done upgraded since then. So we fast forward past the gaslighting, past Andy Cohen, who they say, girl, here's some tea. They say Andy be calling, Andy be scheduling, three, people have been talking, and they're saying that Andy Cohen be doing 3 to 4 grinder dates a day, and he be pretending to be a top, and he's really not. This is what the people say. This information comes to me. I don't go scouting for this. This comes to me. That's what the people say. Do I believe it? It's believable. But I just don't know where, being an executive, you would find time to hook up with 3 to 4 different people in a day. That's a lot of preparation and a lot of time out of your schedule. And you know, he, you know, he's paying. He's paying. They say he be down there in New York, down in the meatpacking district, paying for him some BBC, fetishizing the black man, while profiting off the black woman and her euphemisms and her slangs and her terms, and oh, is it, and another thing, Everybody always having to school him on, oh well, what is okay? What's this? What's that? Um you don't know by now? You've been doing these shows with these black women for the past 13 plus years. You know enough. Okay. So it's just becoming very insulting, very offensive. And I'm starting to see what Nene Leaks is talking about with Boycott Bravo. Andy Cohen is a racist. Andy Cohen provides unfair treatment, very biased. He puts people in situations where they feel uncomfortable and iced out and forced out. I'm starting to see what Nini's talking about. The reason that we haven't received that from Nini is because it's coming from Nini, and Nini has a history of being negative and antagonistic and cantankerous, very problematic. The way she left the show, Real Housewives of Atlanta last season was, you know, a show, a testament to, what I'm saying with her being problematic. Uh, but I'm really starting to see what her and Mariah Huck are talking about. She had went on her Instagram live and has stated that with her attorney Benjamin Crump, and they were talking about how they want to boycott Bravo. There's actually a petition now on change.org asking to boycott Bravo with Nene at the head of it. And I'm really seeing what she's talking about. And you know what, low key, I've always seen it looking at these reunions. Like, for example, like going all the way back to the first season, Nene would constantly say, like, you know what, I'm good on Kim Zolciak. I'm good on her. I'm good on her. Don't, I'm straight. And are you going to be friends with Kim? Is Kim invited over? Kim, 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 Kim. And she's like, maybe, I don't know. Like I think she would just say maybe or yeah, okay, just to get him to like be quiet about it. Now he would bring up Kim on seasons when she wasn't on the show, and he even had a created a show for Nene and Kim, and the show ended up not happening because their schedules conflicted. But Andy Cohen has been a problem. He's been problematic. He needs to be recast as moderator entirely. I am all for that. Um, he, I can't, man. It's unbelievable that you as an exec are this biased, and that you really picked a side, and it's your job. You have almost like a human resources position, to not, you're supposed to be there, to help them with issues and problems. I'll say behind the scene, but to be acting the way that you behaved yourself, Andy, at this reunion this year, it's gotten me not wanting to support the network at all anymore, no matter who you put on that screen in front of me. I don't care if you casted Beyonce. I don't know if I would support your network after the behavior that was displayed. I don't care. You don't have to like Monique. A lot of people surprisingly don't like Monique. A lot of people aren't here for Sister Girl. I didn't realize that she was so hated till I went through the comments on social media. But that's neither here nor there. Um, I feel that um, a reevaluation needs to be done. You know how at VH1, at first Mona Scott Young was the moderator at the Love and Hip Hop reunions, and then they would get up and they would get hype, and Mona would say sit down, and then they would sit down, or they would be afraid to say what they had to say because, you know, they're like, hey, am I going to keep my job? You know, because of this executive producer. And that's the situation with Andy. So we don't get the real reunion that we could get if we got it with a different moderator. So it's something to consider. The reunions could be a lot more cracking if you got somebody else that wasn't the boss to moderate them. Somebody who isn't a white man, a privileged white man, to moderate these reunions of these women and these black women in particular. But anyways, we're going to come back. We're going to talk more. I have some tea regarding some comings and goings of the Housewives of this Real Housewives of Potomac franchise. We're also going to get into the highlights of 2020. What was the good? What was the bad? What was the indifferent? So we are going to talk about that. And make sure you stay tuned here on Next 100 with Sippin The Montea. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
Powered by IBNXRadioNetwork.com.
Check it out.
Next 100.
Happy Hip Hop New Year.
The new year is here.
IBNX Radio wishes you a Happy New Year.
Happy
New Year.
I pull up like. How you pull up, baby? How you pull up? How you pull up? I pull up. Stuff in the kitchen. Let's go.
Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a Glock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. You better let me go the day you need me. So bitch, put me on that nigga, get the bus. If I ain't enough, go get the chop. It's safe to say I earned it, ain't a nigga gave me nothing. I'm ready to hop out on a nigga, get the bus. Know you heard me say you play, you late, don't make me push the butt. Full of pain, dropped enough tears to fill up a fucking bucket.
Going for buckets, I bought a chopper. I got a big drum to hold 100. Ain't going for nothing, I'm ready to air it out on all these niggas. I can see I'm running. She talked to my mom, she hit me on FaceTime just to check up on me and my brother. I'm really the baby, she know that the youngest son was always guaranteed to get the money.
Okay, let's go.
She know that the baby boy was always guaranteed to get the loot. She know what I do, she know if I run from a nigga, I'ma pull it out, shoot. PTSD, I'm always waking up in cold sweats like I got the flu. My daughter a G, she saw me kill a nigga in front of her before the age of 2. And I'd kill another nigga too, before I let another nigga do something to you. As long as you know that, don't let nobody tell you different, daddy love you.
Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a Glock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. You better let me go the day you need me. So bitch, put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop.
Keep a Glockin' when I ride in the Suburban. Cause the codeine had a young nigga swerving. I got the mop, watch me wash him like detergent. And I'm ballin', that's why it's diamonds on my jersey. Slide on outside and flip the block back, yeah. My junior popped him and left him lopsided, yeah. We spin his block, got the rebound in his ramen. For me one time, you can't cross me again. 1200 horsepower, I get lost in the wind. If he talking on it, y'all depend, dolls and take his chin. Maybach SUV for my refugees. 5 blocks in the hood, put money in the streets. I was solo and the ops called me at the gas station. Had it on me 30,000, thought it was my last day. But they ain't even want no smoke. If I had to choose it, murder would she roll?
Let's go. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. With a pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a Glock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. You better let me go the day you need me. So bitch, put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop.
Protest and growing national outcries continue over the death of George Floyd.
Last night, people protesting in Minneapolis escalated as demonstrators were lashed by tear gas and rubber bullets.
The main message here is that they want to see those officers involved.
They want to see those officers arrested.
Officers arrested.
I can't breathe.
Trade my 4x4 for a GC3, ain't no more free little speed. I gave him chance again, I even told him please. I find it crazy the police will shoot you and know that you dead but still tell you to freeze. Fucked up, I seen what I seen. I guess that mean hold him down if he say he can't breathe. It's too many mothers just grieving, they killing us for no reason. Been going on for too long to get even. Throw us in cages like dogs and hyenas. I went to court and they sent me to prison. My mama was crushed when they said I can't leave. First I was drunk, then I sobered up quick when I heard all that time that they gave to Talib. He got a life sentence plus. We just some products of our environment. How the fuck they gon' blame us? You can't fight fire with fire, I know, but at least we can turn off the flames some. Every color person ain't dumb, and all whites not racist. I be judging by the mind and heart, I ain't really in the face. Fucked up the way that we living is not getting better, you gotta know how to survive. Crazy, I had to tell all of my loved ones to carry a gun when they going outside. Stay in the mirror whenever you drive, overprotective, go crazy for mine. You gotta pay attention to the sign, seem like the blind following the blind. Thinking about everything that's going on, I boost security up in my home. I'm with my kind of, they right or they wrong. I call him now, he'll pick up the phone and it's 5 in the morning, he waking up on it. Tell him wherever I'm at, then they coming. I see blue lights, I get scared and start running. That shit be crazy, they supposed to protect us. Swords and handcuffs and arrest us. Why they go home at night, that shit messed up. Knowing we needed help, they neglect us. One of them who gon' make them respect us. I can see in your eye that you fed up. Fuck around, got my shot, I won't let up. They know that we a problem together. They know that we can storm anywhere. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight, but we gotta start somewhere. Might as well go ahead, start here. We done had a hell of a year. I'ma make it count while I'm here. God is the only man I fear. Fuck it, I'm going on the front line. He gon' bust your ass if you come past that gun line. You know when the storm go away, then the sunshine. You gotta put your head in the game when it's crunch time. I want all my sons to grow up to be monsters. I want all my daughters to show out in public. Seem like we losing our country, but we gotta stand up for something. So this what it comes to. Every video I see on my conscience, I got power now, I gotta say something. Corrupted police been the problem where I'm from, but I'd be lying if I said it was all of them. I ain't do this for the trend, I don't follow them. Altercations with the law, had a lot of them. People speaking for the people, I'm proud of them. Stick together, we can get it up out of them. I can't lie like I don't rap about killing and dope, but I'm telling my youngest to vote. I did what I did cause I didn't have no choice and no hope. I was forced to just jump in and go. This bullshit is all that we know, but it's time for a change. Got time to be serious, no time for no games. Ain't taking no more, let us go from them chains. God bless they soul, every one of them names. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight, but we gotta start somewhere. Might as well go ahead, start here. We done had a hell of a year. I'ma make it count while I'm here. God is the only man I fear. They training officers to killers, then shooting protesters with these rubber bullets. They regular people, I know that they feel us. These scars too deep, they heal us. What happened to COVID? Nobody remember, it ain't making sense. I'm just here to vent. It happened to one of your people, it's different. We get it, the system is wicked, just learn how to pick it. Knowledge is power, I swear I'm a witness. I know that I'm gifted, I won't go too deep, cause I'm scared they'll get me. Ain't scared to admit it, some shit I can't mention. It's people who can. Well, here's the chance, I won't take the stand, but I'll take a stand for what I believe. Must not be breathing the air that I breathe. You know that the way that I bleed, you can breathe. I never been a fan of police, but my neighborhood know I try to keep peace, so it's only right that I get in the streets. March for a reason, I just on GP. How people die for us to be free. Fuck do you mean? This was a dream. Now we got the power that we need to have. They don't want us with it, and that's why they mad. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight, but we gotta start somewhere. Might as well go ahead, start here. We done had a hell of a year. I'ma make it count while I'm here. God is the only man I fear. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight, but we gotta start somewhere. Might as well go ahead, start here. We done had a hell of a year. I'ma make it count while I'm here. God is the only man I fear.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Sippin The Montea on Next 100. All right. So, what else are we talking about? We are talking about some of the tea. We're extending the conversation from leaving off from the Real Housewives of Potomac. So, it came out that Monique Samuels was offered a contract to return after Candace Dillard had stated that she would not film if Monique was returning, or she would not film with Monique if she did. So word came out that Monique got a contract. Monique, however, went on Instagram Live and disclosed that she has quit the show. Monique said her family and her peace and her sanity comes first, and that she has quit. Are you sad to see her go? I'm sad. I'm not going to. I mean, like, how interesting is it going to be? She was one of the more interesting people on the show. And now she's not going to be on there. I'm just wondering who are they going to be jealous of now? You know, who are they going to be jealous of? Where's the envy going to be directed? I guess everybody's going to be picking on Ashley again, because at that reunion it can't be Karen, because Karen damn near had a stroke up there screaming at Candace. Karen, mark my words, Karen about to leave too. Karen might be on there for this year, and maybe you might could squeeze next year out of her, but Karen finna get out of there. Karen about to be 60 years old. Karen not about to be up there beefing and stressing and having drama with those women. No, absolutely not. I don't see it happening. I think Karen is about to make her way on out as well, especially with the exit of Monique. Um, Anyways, Monique said herself that she quit and she's focusing on her brand now for Lazy Moms, her essential oil line. She's promoting her song Drag Queens, the song and the video on YouTube. It looks and sounds good. So that might actually go somewhere. Maybe she should continue to hop in the studio. Maybe something might come of that. I don't know. A rapping housewife. It will be a first. People might, she worked with the right person. Strike while the iron is hot. A lot of people with a lot less talent have become a lot more famous. So stranger things have happened. But it's also said that y'all favorite light skinned soccer mom, with them exhausted soccer mom fashions and them stiff ass bobs and them ill fitted ass quick weaves, Robin Dixon. They said that she ain't coming back. I heard them people on YouTube told me that Robin got fired. Now that would not be unbelievable. Robin has never carried any weight on this show since it started. She's never really truly had a storyline. She's always just been a friend of the show. She's always just been Giselle's friend. I've been saying this from the beginning that from the recast of this show, they could have kept Wendy next season and they could have kept Robin. Well, word on the street is that Robin's not coming back. I don't know how true that is. I will keep you guys posted. I'll know something in the next, by the next show, the new year coming up, because filming starts in January for Real Housewives of Potomac. So we will know. The girls will be talking. Um, that Bravo chat room show, Giselle's on there. And if people get to bringing up Robin and, she starts looking funny or off to the side, Robin's gone. So, moving on from Real Housewives of Potomac news, Real Housewives of Atlanta in the last week, for the first time since their first season, they've had the lowest ratings ever. And Real Housewives of Potomac was higher rated than them. What is Real Housewives of Atlanta giving this season? It's giving narcolepsy. It's giving melatonin. It's giving Benadryl. I'm just not. The girls just aren't giving it like they once did. My solution to save Real Housewives of Atlanta would be to recast it. Like, look, for example, I'm not trying to stop nobody's bag. I feel like everybody has acquired a nice bag from this show. Okay, so we have Candy Burris. Candy always had money. So she don't need the show for money, but she do need the show to promote her projects and her restaurants and stuff like that. She has a good relationship with Andy Cohen. She has a good relationship with Bravo. And so I'm pretty sure she's going to leave the show when she wants to leave the show. Candy knows how to move, to not press any buttons, stir up any excess controversy. She knows when and when not to speak and what not to speak on. So you'll never catch her saying anything anti-LGBTQ because she's in the community. And that's not shade. That's fact. Um, so I mean, but if it were me from a business standpoint, I would let go of Candy. Her stories come full circle. You know, we saw her come on the show and she had the boyfriend, AJ, that the mother hated. Well, AJ passed away. Um, we've seen her find Todd. Todd and the mama didn't get along. Todd and the mama love each other now. Todd and her had two babies. They got the restaurants, they got the businesses, they got the big home. The kids doing good. Riley's grown, off to college. Kayla's grown, off to college. Candy's story has come full circle. Candy can move on from the platform and be okay. Um, I feel like Cynthia can move on. We've seen you date, get married, get divorced, date, get married again. Noelle was a little girl when the show first started. Noelle's a whole grown woman now, looking like you. Um, Cynthia, you can move around. Honestly, we love you. You're a beautiful woman. That body, baby, Cynthia is like what 54, and that body is everything. Uh, but Cynthia, we your story has come full circle. Drew Sidora gives me Tyler Perry play. Her and her man Ralph gives me Tyler Perry. I get Tyler Perry play. I get Tyler Perry skit every time. Um, it's interesting. Is it interesting enough to keep you around for another season? Hell, y'all had Eva on there for 3 seasons, and besides from being stunning, she gave nothing. Um, so I could, Drew probably will be back. She's young. Um, maybe her story can give us something else. Ooh, hell, they done made me yawn. And that is not shade. I feel like okay, so I feel like Candy and Cynthia can go. I feel like Portia being youthful and still not finding Mr. Right totally, and her being a newer mom. That story still has more to give. Kenya being a newer mom, not quite getting it right with her man. Her story has a little bit more to give. Um, Drew, yeah, and then bring in like three more new girls. Bring in three new girls. Three girls that we don't know nothing about. You know, when the Housewives of Atlanta started, we didn't know what a Nene Leakes was. We didn't know what a Sheree Whitfield was. What you know, we didn't know what a Marlo Hampton was. We didn't know what a Phaedra Parks was, but we grew to know. We know now. And that's because we watched them grow, we watched them develop, we watched their shade, them at these little events, the comings and goings. We got to know them. I say stop giving us these semi-famous chicks and give us some bossy little chicks from around the way. You know, give us some chicks that's like hood rich, not like rich like oh, I'm on the Forbes list. Like it don't have to necessarily be that. Give us somebody that's coming up with the proper boost. Give us another bold personality. Give us a messy friend and maybe a white girl that's not racist. Um, and let's see what happened. Let's shake it up. Because if not, then you can just shelve the franchise and you can make season 14 the grand finale and sending everybody off into the world. You can make season 14 it. And you can give everybody a cute little fat check and then send them on. Because outside of that, I don't see what it's given. It's not giving us nothing no more. I I haven't even been keeping up with it like that lately. I used to live for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sunday, don't talk to me on Sunday at 7. Do not talk to me. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't write me. Definitely don't FaceTime me. My phone is face down. I might even power it off. Now it's like, hey girl, what you doing? Let me walk out this room. Is that Real Housewives on the TV? That's background noise. That's what it's turned into. It's something to put you to sleep. Melatonin. Um, but anyways, speaking of them, let's talk about I don't know. Let's talk about what since this is our last show of the year, what are some of the highlights of 2020? The good, the bad, the ugly. It was mostly ugly with a couple bright spots in there. Let's get the bad out the way because I am not going to end this show on a bad note. Um the bad. Let's see. We got to talk about our commander in chief, Donnie Trump, the worst, the loser, the sorest loser ever. Like if he didn't give us the oddest 2020 ever from the election, he really wanted us to have another election. That's what he was aiming for. He wanted there to be another election. That's what he wanted. It just didn't happen. You lost 63 different lawsuits behind this. You made yourself look foolish. You mishandled the pandemic. The pandemic, come to find out, had been here since December of last year, maybe even before that. And you mismanaged it. You laughed at it. You pretended you had it. You didn't have it. You took this Alzheimer's test. You say you passed it with flying colors, but I don't think so. Um, so if I got on here and counted all the negative things that look, it's stressing me out, y'all. It is stressing me out. If I got on here and talked about all the negatives from this past president, maybe we'll be talking until next year. So I'm not going to give him the rest of this show. Um, so that was definitely the worst. COVID-19, big duh there, with almost 2 million cases worldwide, and deaths out the wazoo. Expected to be almost 600,000 deaths by April from COVID-19 in the US alone. Miss Rona spared no prisoners. She came through. She came through hard. Um, you know, Another thing that's worse, one of the worst things of 2020 is us having to wear these damn masks. Um, I be at work with my mask on, it just be sweating in there. But I keep it on because I'm like, hey, if it's a little moist in here, hey, my breath don't stink. You know what I'm saying? It's fresh over here. My breath smell like water, so it's none of that. Um, it's just a little condensation. It's cool. If it's gonna keep me from catching that illness and being off of work for 2 weeks and all this and all that, and being on respirators, and hey, I'm just gonna have on a wet ass mask. It is what it is. Um, what else? Unemployment, definitely a big low light. It's the uncertainty for me. I'm considered an essential worker, so I was blessed enough to not be out of work during the shutdown. But um, to those who were, it was very dark, very uncertain time. It's people still out here that haven't paid their rent. The money is still back. People getting evicted left and right. It was a really hard, difficult, sad, uncertain time for people and their families. The stimulus check just was not enough for a lot of people. Shout out to the people. Shout out to everybody. We made it. Shout out to all of us that's still here. We made it, y'all. We survived 2020. Now It's not over yet. We still got to get through tomorrow. So y'all better be here, and I better be here next week so we can celebrate the fact that we actually made it out of 2020. Um, so I really, really need y'all to be safe over these next 24, 48 hours because people will be out here driving drunk. I want you to be conscious. You have to drive for yourself and others. I'm giving y'all a PSA right now. This isn't tea, this isn't humor, this isn't shade. I'm giving you the real. If you're going out tomorrow night, please keep your eyes and ears open. Turn your music down. I need you to observe. I need you to look all 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ways because people will be out here driving real sloppy, real dumb, real ignorant, running and sloshing over things. If you live in an area where you have winter weather on the ground, that's a double precaution. Please be careful. Please be conscious. Do not talk. Do not text because you have to pay attention to these roads and the people on them. Okay, that is something I don't feel like people say that or stress that enough during this time of year. But drunk driving is very, 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 very prevalent and common during this time of year. So please be careful, sippers. Be careful out here. Okay. Okay. Now we got that out the way. What else was a bad? Candace Owens, political commentator, giving her and her stiff ass press and curl, giving they 2 cents on everything. Talking about bring back manly men, girl, bring back silky bobs, okay, bring back bobs that move, bring back bobs that don't look like a damn helmet for Master Shredder from the Ninja Turtles. Bring that back. Bring back pink lotion moisturizer so you can get some motion in that motherfucker. Okay. Bring that back. What else do we have going on? What was a low light? I have to say Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez was definitely a low light of 2020. From the shooting of Meg to the gaslighting of her. Um, I would definitely put you at the bottom of the totem pole for the year, sir. You are one of the lowest of the low. Whatever happened, however it did happen, and there was bullet damage done to that girl, and it could have been a lot worse. So whether she's lying, telling the truth, embellishing, whatever went on, whatever did or didn't happen, there was a gun and there was a girl and you were involved and she got hurt, and that's that on that. So we're definitely going to put you in the worst pile for 2020. For the best, we're going to put Megan. Megan Thee Stallion had a stellar award-winning year. She had 2 number 1 songs. She had Savage with Beyonce, and then she had WAP with Cardi B. That is a big deal for a new artist to come out of the gate working with 2 of the biggest females in entertainment, 2 of the biggest entertainers overall that are out right now, and to achieve number 1 songs with them and to hang with them on the track. It's not like, oh, Beyonce ate her up or oh, Cardi ate her. No, she's right there with her, bar for bar. So congratulations to Meg and the awards that she had received this year and the awards that she continues to receive. Megan, you did your stuff this year. So good job. We were a little overexposed to your ass. The twerking it's a lot. It's getting a little tired. It's gotten tiresome. The stallion is starting to look like a one-trick pony, but still here for you. Who else had a good year? Cardi B had a good year with WAP. The song was definitely a movement. It was a moment. Merchandise and all that. You made a lot of, made a big impact. That song had a lot of impact. So Nicki Minaj had a good year. She got her 2 number 1s finally. She had her baby with her enabler. No, wait, she's the enabler. She had her baby with her person that she chose. I won't get into that too much. Another highlight of 2020 was TikTok. TikTok got us through the shutdown. TikTok and Megan Thee Stallion got us through the shutdown. If Megan Thee Stallion doesn't win for Record of the Year at the Grammys for Savage, it's definitely racism, and she was definitely robbed. She single-handedly got us through the shutdown with her dance drill for Savage. What else was a highlight? The stimulus check. The stimulus check was a highlight. For me, it was, even though I didn't get mine till July. Um, so yeah, you know, I just say I thank God for getting me through this year. Thank God for you guys being here with me. I thank God that the same people that I came to this year with, I'm leaving with them, with the exception of one dear friend. Um, I'm thankful for my friends, my family. I'm thankful for you guys out here. I'm thankful for this platform. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for you all's health. And I say we be safe. We get ready to safely party. We mask up. We have a good time. And we look forward to 2021 being much, much better than what this year was. No repeats of 2020. We're claiming it now. No shutdowns, no pandemics, no more pandemics, no more chaos, no more uncertainty, no more unemployment. Um, but hopefully I see you guys next week, next month, and next year, and next Wednesday. Same time, same place, same network. Here on IBNX. ATL's Next 100. You have been sipping the Monty. I will see you guys next time. You have a happy new year. Have a good night.
Let's get right to work. Work, work.